Letter of the Council of Huejotzingo to King Philip II, 1560. The following document is a relevant section from another letter petitioning the king, this time to reduce the amount of tribute that had recently been assessed by colonial officials. The authors were members of the Council of Huejotzingo, a community southeast of Mexico City, that before the arrival of the Spaniards had fought with the Tlaxcalans against the Triple Alliance, Tenochtitlan, Texcoco, and Tlacopan, Tacuba. This was a region that included important poet rulers who seemed to oppose the militarism of their more powerful neighbors. The sentiment appears to continue in this text, which underlines with extraordinary detail the ethnic complexity of central Mexico, as the Tlaxcalans, former and still ongoing enemies, are attacked not for being traitors, but for being unfaithful allies of the Spaniards. In classical Nahuatl, written in the elegant style of the nobility, the authors describe in vivid prose the painful aftermath following the fall of Tenochtitlan. The variety of responses to Christianity at the time, and the great esteem in which they and others held the conqueror of the Aztec city. Take a swig. Our Lord Sovereign, you the King Don Felipe, before any was told us or made us acquainted with your fame and your story, and before we were told or thought the glory and name of our Lord God, when your servants the Spaniards reached us and your Captain General Don Hernando Cortes arrived, our Lord God, the ruler of heaven and possessor of earth, enlightened us so that we took you as our king to belong to you and become your people and your subjects. Not a single town surpassed us here in New Spain. In that first and earliest, we threw ourselves toward you. We gave ourselves to you. And furthermore, no one intimidated us. No one forced us into it. But truly God caused us to deserve that voluntarily. We adhered to you so that we gladly received the newly arrived Spaniards who reached us here in New Spain. We received them very gladly. We embraced them. We saluted them with many tears, though we were not acquainted with them, and our fathers and grandfathers also did not know them. But by the mercy of our Lord God, we truly came to know them, since they are our neighbors. Therefore, we love them, nor did we attack them. Truly, we fed them and served them. Some arrived sick, so that we carried them in our arms and on our backs, and we served them in many other ways which we are not able to say here. Although the people who are called and named Tlaxcalans indeed helped, yet we strongly pressed them to give aid, and we admonished them not to make war, but though we so admonished them, they made war and fought for 15 days. But we, when the Spaniard was afflicted, without fail at once we managed to reach him. We do not lie in this, for all the conquerors know it well, those who have died and some now living. And when they began their conquest and war making, then we also prepared ourselves well to aid them, For out came out our of well, hold on. It's a little break. It's just trying to say like they had other like tribes, helping them. My fault. I'm gonna go back to reading. My fault. My fault. And when they began their conquest and war making, then also we prepared ourselves well to aid them, for out came all of our war gear, our arms and provisions, and all of our equipment. And we not merely named someone, we went in person. We who rule, and we brought all of our nobles and all of our vessels to aid the Spaniards. We helped not only in warfare, but we also gave them everything they needed. We fed and clothed them. We would carry in our arms and on our backs those whom they wounded in war or who were very ill. And we did all the tasks in preparing for war, and so that they could fight the Mexica with boats. We worked hard, and we gave them the wood and pitch with which the Spaniards made the boats. And when they conquered the Mexica and all belonging to them, we never abandoned them or left them behind in it. And when they went to conquer Michoacan, Jalisco, and Colhuacan, and there at Panuco, and there at Oaxaca, and Tehuantepec in Guatemala, we were the only ones who went along while they conquered and made war here in New Spain until they finished the conquest. We never abandoned them. In no way did we prejudice their war making, though some of us were destroyed in it. There was no one as deserving as we, for we did our duty very well. But as those Tlaxcalans, several of their nobles were hanged for making the war poorly. In many places they ran away and often did battle in the war. In this we do not lie, for the conquerors know it very well. Our Lord Sovereign, we also say and declare before you that your fathers, the 12 sons of Saint Francis, reached us, whom the very high priestly ruler, the Holy Father, sent, and whom you sent, both taking pity on us, so that they came to teach us the gospel, to teach us the holy Catholic faith and belief, to make us acquainted with the single deity God, our Lord, and likewise God favored us and enlightened us of Huejotzingo, who dwell in your city, so that we gladly receive them. When they enter the city of Huejotzingo, of our own free will, we honor them and show them esteem. When they embrace us so that we would abandon the wicked, believing many gods, we forthwith voluntarily left it. Likewise, they did us the good deed of telling us to destroy and burn stones and wood that we worshipped as gods. And we did it. Very willingly, we destroyed, demolished, and burned the temples. Also, when they gave us the holy gospel, the holy Catholic faith, with very good will and desire we received and grasped it. No one frightened us into it, no one forced us, but very willingly we seized it, and they gave us all the sacraments. Quietly and peacefully we arranged and ordered it among ourselves. No one, neither nobleman nor commoner, was ever tortured or burned for this, as was done on every hand here in New Spain. Ooh, damn. The people of many times, my fault, towns were forced and tortured, were hanged or burned because they did not want to leave idolatry, and unwillingly they received the gospel and faith. Especially those like Tlaxcalans pushed out and rejected the fathers and would not receive the faith, for many of the high nobles were burned and some hanged, for combating the advocacy and service of our Lord God. By the we of Huejotzinco, we your poor vessels, we never did anything in your harm. Always we served in you in every command you sent or what at your command we were ordered. Therefore now in and through God may you hear these our words. so that you will exercise on us your rulership to console us and aid us in this trouble with which daily we weep and are sad. We are afflicted and sore pressed, and your town and city of Huejotzingo is as if it is about to disappear and be destroyed. Here is what is being done to us. Now your stewards, the royal officials, and the prosecuting attorney, Dr. Maldonado, are assessing us a very great tribute to belong to you. The tribute we are to give is 14,800 pesos in money, and all also the bushels of maize. Our Lord Sovereign, never has such happened to us in all the time since your servants and vessels, the Spaniards, came to us. For your servant Don Hernando Cortes, late Captain General. Oh damn, like he recently died when this thing was written. The Marquez del Valles, in all the time he lived here with us, always greatly cherished us and kept us happy. He never disturbed or agitated us. Although we gave him tribute, he assigned it to us only with moderation. Even though we gave him gold, it was only very little, no matter how much, no matter in what way, or if not very pure, he just received it gladly. He never reprimanded us or afflicted us because it was evident to him, and he understood well how very greatly we served and aided him. Also, he told us many times that he would speak in our favor before you, that he would help us and inform you of all the ways in which we have aided and served you. But perhaps before you he forgot us. How then shall we speak? We did not reach you. We were not given audience before you. Who then will speak for us? Unfortunate are we. Therefore, now we place ourselves before you, our sovereign Lord. Your poor vessels who bow down humbly to you from afar. Don Leonardo Ramirez, Governor. Don Mateo de la Corona, Alcalde. Toribio de San Cristobal, Motolinia. That was sad. So Hernan Cortez ain't do shit for his one of his most loyal partners to help him take down Mexico. Like this one tribe of Huejotzingo. He died, didn't looks like he didn't tell the king anything about them. Damn. And without these people's woods, they would have not been able to take down Tenochtitlan. For real, that's crazy.